If you'd like, feel free to listen while doing a nice deep stretch comfortably. I'm Matsuzaki, Asaki Matsuzaki, a psychiatrist. Doesn't stretching feel relaxing somehow? It's said that slow stretching that's slightly painful but feels good is effective for achieving relaxation. So why does stretching bring about relaxation? This time, let's explain the mechanism behind it. When you do a light, comfortable stretch, the muscle sensors known as mechanoreceptors sense that the muscles are being stretched, and the sympathetic nervous system, which governs arousal, is said to be suppressed. One way to interpret this is that when muscles are being stretched, if you apply any more force, the muscles would be damaged, right? When muscles are stretched, in order to avoid muscle damage, the sympathetic nervous system is thought to be suppressed so as to prevent excessive muscle contraction. In addition, the sympathetic nervous system is involved in fight and flight responses in living organisms, and in such situations, the muscles are usually strongly tensed. When the muscles are being slowly stretched, that means it's a situation where there's no need to fight or flee. The slow, sustained stretching of the muscles can also be interpreted as sending a message through the muscles to the body that says, this is not a situation where you need to be aroused right now. In this way, stretching suppresses the sympathetic nervous system, and relatively speaking, the parasympathetic nervous system, which is involved in relaxation, becomes dominant. Furthermore, whether you're running or lifting something heavy, when you put force into your muscles, your breathing becomes rapid and panting. So then, when you're stretching, what happens to your breathing? I bet no one is panting or breathing rapidly while they stretch. While you're stretching, isn't your breathing much slower than usual? This slow breathing is said to be both evidence that the parasympathetic nervous system is dominant and at the same time a switch that activates the parasympathetic nervous system. In addition, by relaxing the muscles after they have been stretched and tensed, a strong contrast between tension and relaxation is created, and it has been pointed out that this contrast produces a relaxation effect. After stretching, the body feels the relaxed state more strongly. And through that experience, the body learns what kind of muscle state allows relaxation to be achieved. This is based on the same principle as Progressive Muscle Relaxation, or PMR, in which you firmly tense the muscles and then release that tension. Now, in Progressive Muscle Relaxation, you first tense the muscles. However, it has been pointed out that some people become aroused during the process of tensing their muscles. With stretching, on the other hand, you don't actively tense the muscles. So it is also said that the more stable relaxation effect can be achieved. So I think you now understand why stretching brings about relaxation. At the very least, by thinking that stretching seems to have beneficial effects for mental health, the way you feel when you stretch may begin to change from now on. There are not yet any guidelines for insomnia or anxiety disorders that strongly recommend stretching. However, many guidelines do mention it as one form of self-care. In addition, a major advantage of stretching is that it has little harm, is not difficult, and can be easily incorporated into daily life. If you experience strong anxiety or tension, you would do well to make stretching a regular habit. And if you want to improve your nighttime sleep, stretching before bed is something I can recommend. If you're thinking of incorporating stretching into your daily routine, please feel free to leave that intention in the comments section. That's all.